it's say. I'm still working on an intro. Anyways, doesn't matter. Today I'm going to be doing multiple book reviews. And two or three of the books that I've read, and more importantly, though, I'm going to be reading four chapters of one of my favorite best bros, Luis, official, my homie for real. Um, Go ahead and put a random clip right here, a random moment of us playing together or something. I don't know. I don't know. Just put something right there. Um, I know he's gonna edit this. If not, if he doesn't edit this for some reason, then I don't know what to tell you. That's kind of embarrassing. Anyways, so yeah. So me, my honest reaction, I'm gonna be a very honest person. I read books a lot, at least once a day on average. That or at least audiobooks, especially recently. Definitely big on audiobooks recently. And yeah. So I don't know exactly what this book about. The official did send me the book, but I was gonna save it for him. Save it to read it for him for my, my channel and be like, yo, what? Just trying to read it out loud. Going straight deep dive into this book, by the way. So, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Without further ado, chapter one, the girl. I'm so excited to kick this series off by Audie. Okay, you just leaked. Never mind, I'm not gonna. By the way, I will not be doing voices. I'm not good at reading, in my opinion. At least when it comes to voices and stuff like that. That's just me though. So just to let you guys know. Don't expect like a 10 out of 10 audio review. Anyways, good afternoon, Jude. Miss Fauna called out. I don't think that's her name, but we're gonna go with it. Miss Fauna called out from behind the counter, letting out a deep chuckle. Jade yawned as he shuffled into the shop, hoodie pulled tight and his hands stuffed in his pockets. Afternoon, he muttered. Miss Fawn. I'm gonna call her Fauna. I'm sorry. I don't. That's a very unique name. Um. Anyways, my bad. Miss Fauna smirked, used to, used to his grogginess. grogginess. Morning. Morning's still not your thing, huh? Frick. Frick no. He quickly changed his remark to fit Miss Fauna. No swear policy. She gave him that look. The look any mother would give over the sound of profanity in her presence. She smiled and handed him the shop keys. I've got errands today. You're in charge. Think you can manage? Jade raised an eyebrow. Trusted me to hold the fort? Of course, she said warmly. I've observed your behavior the past 2 months, and now I'm positive I can trust you with this. He signed and caught the shop keys. Once she left, Jude leaned against the counter. He poured himself a cup of boba, sipping slowly while watching snow fall outside. The cozy shop was decked out for the season, lanterns casting a warm glow against the frosty windows. As he adjusted the radio, switching from static to a short Christmas tune, he started to sing along to the music, taken over by the Christmas music. A few minutes had passed and the door chimed. A rush of cold air swept in, along with a girl Jude didn't recognize. She was short, with brown and blonde streaked hair tied up loosely, and green eyes that sparkled in the soft light. Jude froze for a second, suddenly more aware of the fact that he didn't brush his hair. Hi, she said cheerfully, her voice bright. Do you guys still do the seasonal drinks? She asked, noticing the cozy shop decoration and candle. Yeah. Jade, sorry, I just love reading books like this. Jade stammered, his voice crackling slightly. I like your highlights, by the way. He fumbly nervous over his words. Damn, bro's fumbling. My bad. She smiled, resting her arms on the counter. Thanks. What would you recommend? Jude blinked, caught off guard, not understanding what she was referring to. Oh, the color you have right now looks fine, as it is. What drink would you recommend? She laughed a little, her hips bending at at the corners. I like the cha boba, he said, feeling a bit more nervous at his error. Perfect, she said, tipping the counter. Anxiously. Oh, I'm sorry. I got an inquiry. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit blind. Not blind, but like I like at least like this is better. This is way better. So I can read better. My bad. Luis, cut that out and put like a dolphin dancing or something. Thank you. I don't know. He's probably gonna put no with edited or something. Anyways, my bad. I know, I'm just picturing official editing weird shit in here. It makes me laugh. Anyways, Jude nodded quickly, almost filling the cup in his hands as he moved to the machines. Coming right up. The silence stretched as he worked, the hum of the machines the only sound. He glanced up a few times, catching her gaze. Lingering on the decorations, she had this calm energy, like she wasn't in a rush to be anywhere. When he handed her the cup, their fingers brushed briefly. Thanks, she said, her voice warm. No problem. Anything else? She lingered for a second longer, her eyes meeting his. Nope. Thanks for the tea. She turned to the door and briskly walked toward the exit. What's your name, if you don't mind me asking? Cora, she said, her hand on the window pushing open the door. Maybe I'll see you around. The door chimed as she left, her footsteps crunching in the snow outside. Jude stood there for a moment, staring at her after her. Then he muttered under his breath, Wow. His heart was talking louder than his mind, and he couldn't wait for the shift to end. Later that night, Jay sprinted through the city streets, his breath evaporating even in the freezing air. Snow clung to his hoodie, soaking through as the icy wind bit at his face. Streetlights cast faint lights on the empty sidewalks, and his footsteps echoed in the night, crunching against the snow-covered pavement. The town mayor had decided to play a holiday tune throughout the town, and it was ringing in the silence of night. He had to make it back onto the sidewalk and ran as fast as he could to a quaint brick doorstep. Jude pounded on Denny's door, the sound echoing through the quiet neighborhood. After a moment, the door swung open, revealing Dennis with a puzzled expression. Jude, what's going on? You look like you've seen a ghost. Jude pushed past him, breathless. I need to talk to you, Dennis. Dennis closed the door, watching Jade pace through the living room like a caged animal. All right, Dennis said, crossing his arms. What's got you all worked up this time? Dennis never expected to offer someone a place to crash, especially not Jude. He's heard about Jude's situation at work, getting kicked out of his home and having nowhere to go. When he ran to Jude at the boba shop, something about his worn out look made him offer the couch without thinking. It wasn't charity, just a gut feeling that Jude needed help. He figured Jude would stay a few nights, but when he didn't leave, Dennis didn't push him. Jude wasn't the type to ask for help, so Dennis kept it low key. Dennis came from money and had a big house that often felt empty. His parents were rarely around, and they didn't mind who stayed here. As far as Dennis knew, Jude would be welcome as long as he needed. There was this girl at this shop. I'm sorry. There was this girl at the shop. Jude pointed at, sprinting to his face. And her name was Cora. He emphasized by throwing his hands in front of Dennis' face. Every time I read Dennis, the comment of Dude Dennis. I'm sorry, that's Bernard Crit. I'm sorry. Luis cut that out. Cora? Dennis raised an eyebrow. Yeah, Cora, Jade said, his hands festering wildly as he started pacing again. She was so fucking pretty. I didn't know what to do, man. She's caught me off guard. She had this energy, this spark, different from anyone I've ever met. Dennis shifted to laugh, shaking his head. You're telling me you're losing your mind like an ignorant fool over a girl? Dude stopped pacing and pointed a finger at Dennis. I'm not losing my mind. I'm curious. Dennis smirked. Curious? You're acting like you just met your soulmate. Jade hesitated, rubbing the back of his neck. I don't know, man. This felt different. Dennis snorted. You're helpless, dude. You don't even know her. Dude flopped onto the couch, burying his head in the cushions. I think I'm in love, he said sarcastically, realizing he was acting a bit childish. Dennis rolled his eyes, heading to the kitchen for some tea. This is a grown ass man, by the way, he muttered under his breath. That's something I would. Okay, I'm sorry. That's something I say like out loud. I don't know if Adi take this from me. Anyways, sorry. He muttered under his breath, returning with a steaming cup of tea. He handed it to Jude. Here, my lonely. Okay, that's right. I read that right. Jude sat up, cradling the tea in his hands. Thanks, he muttered, his voice muffled. I just, I don't know what to do. What if she doesn't come back? Dennis plopped onto the couch beside him, looking more serious now. She will come back. What do you want to happen? Juice stared into the tea. I want to see her again. She had the most beautiful, genuine smile. Hmm. Why don't you ask Miss Fuana about her? Yeah, because Miss Fuana just keeps track of every customer ever, Jude said sarcastically. He took a sip of the tea, letting his warmth smooth his nerves. Dennis smiled, assuring his comrade, just don't do anything drastic, okay? Be patient, focus on your shift at the shop. If she comes back, talk to her. Keep it casual, though. What does my boy J. Cole say? What does my boy J. Cole always say? Okay, this right here, a little no. I'm a YouTuber. I don't know. Obviously, I'm that's not dumb as fuck. But official, put a clip up here of me saying this all the time. I say this all the time, and official told me he's gonna add this to his book, but I always say this. I don't know why, but I always say this. So W Audi for adding that to the book. This ass don't care what I'm scared. Sorry, bro. It's just funny as hell. Anyways, he said, pointing his finger upward like a nerd. In other words, don't scare off. Like, this is peak. Peak already. Do not as slowly. I guess you're right. This was a great friend to Jude. Sometimes Dennis would swing by Jude's workplace during a shift and they find a corner to chat. And while Jude worked, the conversations lasting long past when he should have been getting back to the counter. They'd laugh, vent, and reflect on life, building a camaraderie that grew stronger with each passing day. When Miss Luna told Dennis that she had offered Jude a couch to sleep on in the shop after he got kicked out of his place, Dennis, being a person of deep sympathy and genuinely care, didn't hesitate to offer his own. Knowing that Jude needed stability more than anything at the moment, he put up with it. The first few weeks were rough. Jude was still adjusting to the uncertainty of the situation. And Dennis, though eager to help, didn't know how to fully navigate this new dynamic. It wasn't easy living together at first, but they weren't total strangers. They had known each other from work, and even through their lives were so different, even though their lives were so different, they quickly found common ground. Dennis learned to respect Jude's space, and Jude slowly started to feel more comfortable in Dennis' home, realizing it wasn't just a place to crash; it was sort of like a sanctuary. Soon enough, they were getting along just fine. The awkwardness wore off, and they settled into a rhythm. Dennis was more than just a roommate. He became a solid, dependable friend. They shared more laughs, made more memories, and even began supporting each other in ways neither of them expected. They weren't just getting by, they were growing together. Clean up when you're done. We have people coming over tomorrow. Jude sat back, staring at the dimming light of the steam lamp outside Dennis' window. The weight of the day settled in. The buzz of his adrenaline from meeting Kara new now replaced with the familiar, quiet ache in his chest. He hadn't realized how much he craved something real, something that wasn't just about the usual distractions. Then his voice broke through the silence. You know, man, this court thing might not be as big as you think, he said, cleaning up the kitchen. She didn't answer, just stared at the snowflakes drifting down, each one just praying before it hit the ground. She's she just my bad. She seems chill though, Dennis added, leaning back against the couch. Don't get too worked up over her. Jude didn't respond right away. His thoughts were already elsewhere, spinning, imagining what it would be like to talk to her again, to be near her, just, but just as quickly. A familiar knot twisted in his stomach, the idea of anyone, actually seeing the real him. Well, that was terrifying. Hmm. Pretty good opening. I don't have any bad things to say about it. Pretty interesting so far. Jude, my nigga Jude, for real. That's my homie for real. My day one already. Respectfully. I'll read chapter one and chapter two, and then I'll see what my editor, aka the guy who wrote this book, thinks if he wanted me to do three and four. And yeah. Um, oh, by the way, I do have permission to read this book by my editor, aka Adi, just so you guys know. This guy right here. Chapter two, the party. Okay. I don't know water with me. Oh, thirsty. Okay. You know, our new official put some like random edit of a cute dog or something, or or I don't know, some random ass moment of like Sean walking in on me when I was looking at Goth Girls. Anyways, I'll be back. Let me get some water. Official cut this out, or put like I don't know one of your songs or something, or like sing or something. All right, I'm back. Hopefully, official edits that. If not, then well, what can I say? Except you're welcome. Yeah. Anyways, all right. Dun, 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 again. All right. What was that again? Yeah, chapter two, the party. Okay. The smell of burnt toast and overcooked eggs filled the cramped kitchen as Jude leaned against the counter, crating a steaming mug of black coffee. Dennis, still half asleep, stood by the stove, poking at the sad remains of their breakfast with a spatula. This is shit, Jude, Jude muttered, spitting food back onto his plate. Dennis yawned, stretching his messy hair. You're lucky I'm even feeding you. You starved without me. I brought you to my house, buddy. Jude smirked, setting his mug down. Yeah, well, it's not that bad, honestly. Glad to have you as my bro. Dennis chuckled softly, grabbing his own plates. They sat at a small table by the window that the rain-covered streets of Aspen stretching out below. So, they just began between bites. You're coming to this party tonight, right? Jude paused, fork hovering over the eggs. Party? Yeah, the one at Donovan's place. I told you about it like yesterday. You could use a night out, socialize or something. Jude rolled his eyes. Sounds dumb. I'd go if you need support though. Dennis grinned. Marcy wants to go. Marcy, as in your girlfriend, Marcy? No, my uncle. Of course, my girlfriend. Dennis replied, cheeks full of burnt egg. What does she want with those rich assholes? Well, Dennis started. They're her Ha! Cuck! Jude cut him off, tossing an egg in his mouth. Dennis signed continuingly. They're her friends, and I'm curious to see what the host has planned. Oh, Jude raised a brow. The fuck type of party is that? He stood, taking up his plate to the sink. You don't belong with those assholes. You're nothing like them. He got his hands together to clean them off. It's not like that, Jude. Sorry. While some of these parties get weird, this could be our chance to fit in. What if Cora's there? Jude froze. Cora? Dennis smirked. Yeah, thought that'd get your attention. Dude quickly composed himself. I mean, someone gotta look out for my bro at these things. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I literally felt you instantly lock in. Dennis laughed. Sure. I'll tell him I'm bringing a mentally challenged starfish. That's a crazy roast. Jude laughed as he walked over to the other side of the room. Dennis smiled as he cleared his plate. He felt genuinely understood by Jude, and despite his quirks, he was glad to have him around. Jade shrugged, flopping onto the couch, eating a banana he had picked up off Dennis' coffee table. Dennis grabbed his keys. Where's to tonight? It's gonna be a mix of important people and normies. Don't embarrass me. Pfft, fine. Jude kicked his feet up on the coffee table. Dennis Mar my bad. Dennis' marble and wood style home gleamed in the dim light. Pictures on the wall bore the artist's nightmares, and luxury decor filled every corner. Jay glanced around, letting his opulence sneak in. Hey, Dennis. Yeah? Why can't you toss me a couple thousand? That's all I'm saying. I'm sorry. Dennis snorted. Dennis snorted. My parents didn't get rich by giving people a couple of thousand. They bust their ass off working hard for 4 jobs each, at least in the beginning. Saved every penny. Got lucky with the investments later. It's not like your job was either. 4 jobs? Sounds insane. June leaned forward, genuinely curious. Yeah, it was, but once their stock market stuff took off, they didn't need these jobs anymore. Now it's all real estate and startups and so why not make your startup project, Jude grinned. Because I'm not them. My trust fund might look big, but it's for this house. My student debt and maybe retiring before I'm 80. You don't blow it on random crap or you just end up with nothing. Fair enough. Dude signed, retreating to the bathroom. He emerged minutes later wearing black he's a white shirt and a multicolored flannel. A dark beanie topped off the end symbol. I look so fly right now, Jude declared, inspecting himself in the hallway mirror. No suit? Dennis frowned. Fly back in there and change. You look stupid. Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. Spider-Man reference, my bad. Just smirked. He brushed it off visible and straightening his posture. Dennis rolled his eyes, grabbing his keys. All right then, Miles Morales. That's okay. Let's go. The rain poured harder than than usual for Aspen when snow typically ruled this time of year. Jude climbed into Dennis' car, marveling at the leather seats and marvelous cup holders. This your car? Dennis grins back. Nah, it's my other model. Jude rolled its eyes, sprawling across the back seat and putting his muddy shoes on the leather. Is Donovan a nice guy? Dennis hesitated. When you're as rich as him, you don't have to be. Not justifying his action at all, though, but just saying. People don't go to make friends. He turned the key, the engine humming softly. I met him once or twice. The guy's always hosting these celebrant events. I think tonight he's announcing some new business venture. It should be interesting. Jude leaned against the window, watching rain streak down the glass as Dennis navigated the slick streets. The thought of mingling with Donovan and his crowd unsettled him. But if Cora might be there, it'd be worth it. Fuck! Jude flung off the car seats as the stop Dennis made. Okay, that was kind of a random crash out. Sorry. We're here, Jude. Dennis put on the white gloves and small hat as he walked out, his closing his door hard. Dovian Villa was huge. There was an indoor pool where he saw people partying and having fun. He lifted his hands and stepped out of the car on all fours, lifting himself onto the pavement. You could have broken my rib, man, said Jude, a bit dizzy holding his chest. Dennis looked at him cockeyed, cockeyed. The next time you get mud on my seats, I'll do it myself. Anyway, Dennis started, brushing off the dust on him. If you need help, raise your hand in the air with your thumb sticking out, and I'll find you. All right, but this hardly looks like a business venture. Seems almost cultish. Chill, dude, Jude. Dennis restarted him. You ever been to a party? I promise you nothing will go wrong. Oh, you've never been to a party, my bad. Like I said, this is all me reading off the top of my head. I don't know anything about this book, anything like that. Just reading it. So you guys know. Yeah. It's harder than what it seems. First take, by the way. Anyways, Jude knew Dennis didn't know jack about what was really going on. I mean, hosting a huge party with a mix of rich and commoners, there had to be more. As they walked in, Boss Nova was playing. It matched the beautiful scenery and the theme of the party. Could something this good be any bad? Jude and Dennis walked in, but were soon separated as Mercy called over her boyfriend, leaving Jude all alone. Suddenly, a figure walked towards them from the crowd. You drink? Asked a woman with striking greenish black hair and similar to the party lights. No, Jude replied, rejecting her offer with a slight shake of his hand. She nodded her head and walked over to the other over to others in the crowd. What a fancy place. That was someone like Donovan doing here in the first place? What was some? Okay. As he navigated through the sea of bodies, Jude began his search for Cora. But it was no use. He made his way over to the punch bowl to rest, and that's when he caught sight of her. There she was, as beautiful as the day they had met. Cora, her eyes so beautiful amidst the crowd, his heart raced at the sight. The only reason he didn't run up to her immediately was the fear that washed over him. He dropped his drink, the glass shattering against the floor. Oh, by the Cometh Guard. In a crude state of liquid and shards, yet time seemed to freeze in that moment. He felt like he was hypnotized, lost in depth for days. He lived in that moment for what it felt like an eternity, when in reality had been only 4 seconds. Cora, he whispered to himself, her name barely escaping his lips. Suddenly, time resumed his regular pace, and he was jolted back to the chaotic party around him. The sounds of his glass breaking shattered the spell, putting him back to reality with a jarring clarity. Before he could even think, the music stopped, and figure could be seen from the top of the beautiful quality stairs. Oh no. Oh, I guess okay. I thought like they called him like it. Okay. I got something special for you all tonight. Hold up, I got you. I got okay, I'm done. I've got something special for all you tonight. For you all tonight. The figure announced, his very smooth yet brimming with excitement. How would you all like to be part of something? Something huge. Pause. Suddenly an old man fell to his knees. Desperation echoed across his face. Donovan, I spent half my retirement money that I had saved up and invested into your business. The crowd tried hard to not laugh at the desperate plead of this man. He seemed to be Asian, and his English was quite broken. His whole body was trembling, and Jude could almost see a tear in his eye. Donovan glanced behind him, sniffing a laugh as he turned back to the man, adopting a sym- sympathetic expression that almost seemed genuine. You've done as you've done so well, I can assure you. You'll make over 3 times that much in time, my friend. He then lifted his gaze to the crowd, his voice booming like a lion, his movements seamless and calculated like a serpent. As a matter of fact, you all can. He glided effortlessly across the room to the table. Like fly? My bad, I can't remember. He glided as in like, okay, my bad. By a glass fence, drawing the attention of everyone present. This isn't an investment. However, my friends, not yet, at least. With a flourish, he threw down 1,000 US dollars, scattering $110 bills across the floor like the lush blaze of a wealthy man's lawn. Sorry, I had to kind of lock in with that voice there. Well, this money is mine. It can easily become yours in the flick of a wrist. Why? He exclaimed smoothly. It doesn't matter if you're poor or rich. Tonight, my loves, everyone here has a fair chance. Even a loser. He pointed directly at Jude, swift and mockingly. This man here, trying too hard to fit in, and still not enough, he declared, seeing his attire and mannerism, trying to muster a laugh from the crowd. Donovan then pulled 2 dice from his back pocket, his eyes gleaming with mischief. Roll higher than me, and you'll win the money in the pile. If you lose, I won't take your money. You'll simply throw it in the pile and have a chance to reclaim it later. The attention of the room shifted, curiosity meaning with excitement, as everyone shifted their attention to Jude, who stood believingly among the laughter. Dennis, who had seen Jude walk through the sea of people to get him tugged on the shirt, whispered harshly, "We don't have that type of money, damn it, Jude!" Jude, leaving a petrified Dennis in the crowd, approached quietly, feeling optionless. He took a dive from Donovan's scaly hand. Could it be like Donovan's crowd? Jade stuck with fitting in. Jude sucked at fitting in. Even as a kid, at age 4, he was known as the kid that bit me, or you little shit. He was never really liked at all. He tossed the die swiftly into the glass bowl. He made a swirling, stripping sound. 8, he silently looking at Donovan. Just then, Donovan tossed it down the bowl and it did the same. Only his die sounded heavier and more slower. Oh, for nuts! I've rolled a 3, he claimed with utter dissonance. Donovan turned a face Donovan turned to face him with an infamous smile on his face. The money's all yours, kid. Buy a size that fits next time. Donovan laughed as he entered the next game. See how easy this works? As Jude picked up his money, suspicious racing his mind. Is this die heavier? Why is he making fun of my fits? Yeah, that's all. Okay, I said it right. This is die heavier. Okay. Not once did he break eye contact with stuffing his money into his baggy pockets. He quickly and excite excitedly shoved half his earnings into Dennis' face. Just as he was celebrating, it wasn't long lived because in that moment he had seen Cora in the corner of the room with a strange expression on her face. She was pretty exclusive to Jude and really anyone in general. Cora caught your eye again. Dennis laughed, taking a sip of his wine, one hand on Jude's shoulder. He seemed much more lenient now that he had a drink. No, no, not just that. Is she upset? Dennis shrugged. People get that way at parties, man. Don't worry about it. You seemed to trip over his words as he gripped his bottle like someone was about to steal it. Jude looked over, Jude looked between Dennis and Cora and shrugged Dennis off. My bad. He quickly stepped in the crowd get to her. Bumping to everyone, his eyes locked onto hers. When he found out that Cora, she looked away with her hand covering half her face, as though she was ashamed to be near him. How how the fuck could you take the part in that, Jude? She sounded. Oh, wait, how the fuck could you take part in that? Okay, she sounded a lot like Miss Fonda at the moment. Huh? Jude was baffled by this comment. I didn't mean it like that. Swear. This brought me here, and I saw the money, Jude. Why would you decide to play after you saw the way that man grabbed at the Donna's feet? She looked at him slowly, her words piercing through Jude like a spear. Marcy invited me, and now I regret coming. Marcy invited her. Look, I swear I was down on my luck. I was thinking at all. I just wanted that money so I could. He thought for a while. There's no other option. He was stuck. Wait. Oh, okay. He was stuck, as all good liars do. Jude knew the perfect way to escaped her judgment. I just wanted the money. I just wanted that money so I could help him out, the poor old man. He lied so smoothly. I could tell Donovan was lying from the start, and I thought that maybe his humble money could help out that man financially. You mean it? She asked gently. I swear. Okay, so bro was literally, bro, dude, might pause the story. So, why the fuck? Okay, official, if you're still editing your seats part, go ahead and put why the fuck you lying right next to me. Thank you. You're probably just gonna edit again and say no or something, but and if you don't edit this, it's fine. Jay was so full of shit. She grabbed his hand and they walked over to the other side of the room, almost rushing. There, sitting alone on a sofa, was the old man, gazing longingly at a picture of his family. Um, Cora started, her voice drawing his attention. My friend here would like to give you a gift, mister. The man's eyes lit up and smile erupted across his face. He looked up and got off his seat, hands trembled with excitement. This is the money I've just won. I heard that you did. I heard what you did and felt you needed the most. You said with a half-ass face. The man hand trembled and he replaced for the money. This is amazing. I was just praying that God would provide enough so I could see my kids for Christmas. So certainly suffice. I try to stay hopeful and believe in people. It's better to think there were that there are good people everywhere than bad ones. The man hugged Jay tightly before quickly running out of the villa. He needed $1,000 to see his kids. Jay stood frozen, all what just happened. Before he could process it, Carter's body was bracing him warmly. Her smile bright. You did the right thing, Jude. What? Oh. Suddenly, Cora hand waved in front of his face. Jude, you there? Huh? He snapped back to reality. The sound of her voice seemed to have been daydreaming. Oh. Dennis walked towards them with the glass still in his hand, the voice of Dinman echoing behind him. We should go, Jude said. We should go, Jude said, zoomed out, looking worried. He no longer wanted to play corrupted games. That would cost him $1,000. Dennis raised an eyebrow at the rim of his glass, tapping gently against his fingers as he swirled the remaining wine. Not going to introduce me to your friend? He smiled, though there was an edge of curiosity in his voice. His carefree attitude only made Jude feel more out of place in that moment. Later, he replied quickly, shaking his head to refocus. He turns to Cora, his face softening. Cora, do you mind if I take you home? I'll make sure you get there safely. Cora had a sign of relief, her shoulders visibly relaxing at the offer. She smiled faintly, grateful for the change in pace. I'm really tired, so yes, please. The tension between them seemed to dissipate slightly as Jude nodded in response. His gaze flickered back to Dennis, who didn't seem to catch the weight of the conversation between Jude and Cora. It didn't matter though, for now. Jude had to focus on one thing that seemed right to him, and it was chaos. Right to him in this chaos. Getting Cora home and out of this mess. As he proceeded towards the door, a sadly familiar voice rang out. Going so soon? Yes, Jude answered, gripping the door handle. Just like you. Donovan scooped, pissed that Jude was ruining his fun. He had expected everyone to stay till the end and only the end. What he even want from Jude? Just to taunt him in front of everyone? Jude was a liar. He never meant to be, but somewhere along the way it became his way of surviving. He knew he wasn't the guy who would ever fit in by his own terms, but for once he has done pretending. Tonight he couldn't hide from it any longer. He couldn't let this couldn't let the lies define him anymore. He was going to change, and that changed at this time. Yeah, Jude let go of the door handle, just like me to what? Make some old guy give up his retirement? His nose crumpled up in anger. Just like me. Just wait. Okay, sorry, I was making sure I was reading that thing. Just like me to host some grand party to get people to throw money at your feet. Jude took a step forward. Why? Out of the 50 to 60 times you've played this game, did you never put one? Okay, did you? Did you never once give a participant the choice to use your die? Alan put his die in his pocket, switching it out for a regular one. In the moment, Dennis noticed something irregular. Those are weighted, aren't they? Dennis drunkenly yelled. Okay, let me go ahead and yell that. Those are weighted, aren't they? Dennis drunkenly yelled. I can see the fucking paint chipping off because how many times landing on 8 or 9 or 10? The room went dead. Sorry, you talking about fun. The room went dead silence. Jude had finally told some truth. It might have been a fucked up version of the truth, but it was his heart. Jude was an average nobody. He was a liar. He was a jerk and a total jackass, all in one. He's the total package. Wait, sorry, am I reading that right? Okay, I think I might have messed up there. It's fine. You really think your lies are going to make some sort of difference? Leave now! Donovan roared in anger, gripping his glass so hard as if he'd break it. As Jude walked to the back door, Donovan called out, You'll never be invited back to this house again! Jude flushed, his dirtiest smile he'd ever formed on his face. Good thing your mom's still gonna invite me to her house. My bad. Good thing your mom's gonna invite me to her house. Then, huh? He laughed as he shut the door behind him, then watched Cora and drunken Dennis back to the car. Davia's porch lights flickered as the moon was covered behind the clouds of gray, clouds on black and gray. The night was streaked with hidden stars and gloomy fog. The drive was quiet. The soft hum of the engine was the only sound, and the city lights flickered by in a blur. As Jude focused on the road ahead, Cora sat beside him, her hands folded in her lap, eyes half lidded from exhaustion. Jude at her once, glanced at her once. Then again, his mind still racing with eyeing what had happened back at Donovan's villa. He couldn't shake the image of the old man, grateful face, nor the guilt that was starting to gnaw at him. Maybe he thought, maybe I should stop being a shitty person. As he thought, this car's stubby body relaxed against his warmth. Her warmth started to warm him up as well. She was healing him in ways he didn't even realize. Dennis was stuck up by himself in the back seat, getting the mud off his shoes on his own car interior. He may not have won money tonight, but that didn't matter. That didn't matter to him at all. With Cora warmly nuzzled on his shoulder, a tear emerged from his eye, as he only hoped he could be part of her world. Could he change this person? Okay. The only criticism I have so far, that I can think of is that like Cora, I mean, her being attractive and all, at least from the book perspective, to the reader, is that like she kind of just immediately jumped into someone's car without knowing them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she saw him like one time or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not Jude, whatever her name is. Yeah, Cora. I said Cora. That's her name, right? Cora. Yeah, she literally just instantly jumped into someone's car like right away. You know, I mean, I'm just saying that's not. I mean, that's fine. I understand, but it's a little bit too relaxed. You know what I'm saying? Um, Other than that, I'm pretty good so far. I'm gonna leave chapter 2 here. Let me know if you guys want me to read chapter 3 or 4. As in you guys, I mean Luis is probably the only person listening to this. But if anyone else listens to it, I appreciate it. If you guys have any other small artists out there you guys want me to read, let's say you have books or something, just go ahead and put in the give me your Discord in the comment section or something. I'll go ahead. I mean, I'll gladly read your books out loud. If you guys are making books or anything like that, I'll go ahead and read it out loud. I don't mind. Um, that's about it.